Hey guys, I'm Marissa and welcome back to my channel. Here on my channel we talk about life and money, so if you want to know how to enjoy life while still accomplishing financial goals, then definitely subscribe to my channel so you won't miss a new video. Today we're talking all about sinking funds. So I share my budget here on YouTube and I break it down for you in Excel to show you all of the income and expenses and savings that we have every single month. If you're interested in checking out those videos, I will leave a playlist link up above here. But one of the most asked questions that I get in these videos is, how do you navigate sinking funds? So I wanted to sit down with you guys and share how we use sinking funds in our budget and kind of just more of like the logistics of how this works also with our bank account. So first off, let's talk about what sinking funds are. I know that it kind of sounds weird and a little intimidating, but a sinking fund is basically just a savings item. It's something that you're working on saving for. And I love sinking funds because they allow you to plan for a larger upcoming expense by breaking up that expense over several months. We'll make this a really easy example. Let's say that you know that in December, you plan to spend $1,200 on Christmas, and that's going to cover gifts and decorations and any sort of travel plans, anything for Christmas. So you know that you're going to spend $1,200 in December. Instead of letting that $1,200 expense blow your December budget out of the water, you can save up for it little by little, month by month, so you don't feel that large expense when the time rolls around, and that way you're prepared to make those purchases. So instead of spending $1,200 in the month of December, you can easily just set aside $100 every single month between January and December. And then when you get around to December, you have all of the money sitting aside, ready to go and ready to be spent. And this is why I love sinking funds. You can do it for fun things. You can also do it for any sort of repairs that you may need on your house. Let's say you need a new roof in 3 years and you know exactly how much that roof is going to cost. You can then divide out that cost by how many remaining months and save that amount each month. And that way you're not hit with this huge bill when the time comes. You can also save for things that you don't maybe know the final cost of. For example, you could just put money into a car maintenance fund, not knowing when you're going to need to do some car maintenance, but it's just reassuring to know that you already have money sitting aside in this fund that's ready to be spent for that particular purpose. And that way, when you end up getting a flat tire and you need to spend $300 on a new tire, you have money sitting aside in your fund because you've just been saving up for it every month. My husband and I use sinking funds in our budget and we love using them. A few that we have in our budget include our emergency fund, personal spending funds, we have an extra giving fund, we're saving for vacation, car maintenance, car replacement, house maintenance, household expenses, anything that we basically want to carry over the balance month by month, we'll put the money into a sinking fund. So I want to show you guys a look at the sinking funds that we have in our budget using my budget template. So this part that you're seeing here in Excel is part of my overall budget template, and I have my budget template for sale on my shop. If you're interested, I will have a link to that in the description box down below so you can check it out if you want to. But this is where I'm able to keep track of all of the things that we're saving for and keep track of all of those balances and how much is added to it each month. So this is just a little monthly example of what we did for this last month. We have an emergency fund here, and you can see we have the beginning and ending balance put in here. Obviously, we didn't put anything to it this month. We also have personal spending funds, like I said. I really like to put personal spending in this sinking fund category because it allows us to be able to save up this money if we want every month. So Jacob gets $100 of personal spending money and I also get $100 of it. And that way we can decide if we want to spend it that month or save it up for something larger. So as you can see, we started our balance with an amount and then increased it with the actual money that was added to it. I also have this additional column in the budget template where you can put in how much was spent. So for example, if Jacob spent $50, then that ending balance is going to reflect that. So that's just one way that I use this budget template as well, to be able to track the money that we're putting into the fund, how much is getting taken out, and then what the ending balance is at the end of the month. So another fund that we have here is vacation. So putting $400 a month into the vacation fund, as you can see, it updates the balance here. And other things that you can see, like car maintenance, car replacement, like I talked about. We have an opportunity fund. We're working on figuring out what we're going to do with the extra money that we have in our budget right now. So we don't have an actual plan for it, but I'm going to set it aside and let it just keep accumulating, and we'll figure out what we want to do with it then. As well as house maintenance, and household and baby. We are having a baby, and so we plan to put money aside each month to save up for any sort of necessary baby expenses. So the question that I often get asked is, how do we utilize sinking funds with our bank accounts? And a lot of people will do this different ways. The way that we do this for our personal household is we keep one bank account with our emergency fund in it, and we actually keep that in a high yield interest savings account. We use Ally Bank, and while the interest rate has gone down recently because the feds have lowered interest rates, it still accumulates a little bit of interest every month, and so while it's just sitting there, it might as well earn a little bit of interest. As you can see, that's why it started out at $25,000 and it's now $25,040.34 because of a little bit of accumulated interest. So we have that emergency fund set aside in a different account. Then I take all of the other sinking funds that we have and I add them up, and the total of all of these funds I have down below in the screen. You can't see it, but it's $5,763 worth of additional savings, and I keep that total in a savings account with our regular bank. But I'm able to know how much is in each of my funds because of the budget spreadsheet that I have here. I know that a lot of other people like to have a separate bank account for every single line item that they're saving for. And a lot of banks will allow you to do this. You can open up a bunch of savings accounts and you can name them however you want. And every month you can transfer money in and out of the account, depending on if you're funding it or if you're taking a draw on it. And that way you can see the total balance of that account just by looking in your bank account. And that is not how I have mine set up, but that is totally an option for you. The thing that I have learned during my personal finance and budgeting journey is that it's different for everyone, and personal finance is just that, it's personal. So I definitely suggest for people to just do whatever is going to be easiest for them. So for us personally, like I said, we just like to keep all of our sinking fund balances in one bank account, just taking the total of all of these other little savings items that we're working on and sticking them in an account, and then I know how much is in each fund because of my budget spreadsheet. We love having sinking funds in our budget because it allows us to be able to plan for upcoming expenses and also plan for upcoming unexpected expenses. Like our house maintenance fund here, we don't have a plan to spend $350 each month, but we know that there probably will be some time when we're going to need something repaired quickly and have to call a plumber or an electrician or something like that. And being able to see that we have $464 set aside, it makes it so that I don't have to touch the emergency fund to take care of that expense. And it just also gives you a peace of mind to know that you have the money set aside and you can use it for its intended purpose, which is to go towards house maintenance. I've heard this before, but it's so true. Having an emergency fund and also having other sinking funds turns an emergency into just an unexpected event. A lot of people may also wonder when you should use a sinking fund versus when you should just pay for it during the month. I will say that it's great to use a sinking fund if the expense is going to kind of throw your budget out of whack for the month. If you're uncomfortable with spending that much money in one month, definitely spread it out over several months. For example, our Costco annual fee is like $75 or something like that. And for us in our income, it makes sense for us to just pay that for the month rather than save $6.25 each month to be able to cover our annual membership fee. But for us, if a cost of something is like $600 for the year, it makes more sense for us to save $50 each month so that we don't have that large expense hit in one single month. So it's honestly up to you, however you decide if you want to spread a cost out over several months or if you decide that you just want to cover it with a single month's budget. All that to say is sinking funds are awesome to use and they make life just a bit easier when you're planning for expected expenses, whether that's Christmas or birthdays or things that you know are coming up, or you're planning for unexpected expenses like necessary repairs or even an emergency fund. And however you decide to structure your sinking funds in your bank is totally up to you. Just do whatever is going to be easiest and makes the most sense for you personally. So don't forget, if you want to start a budget and also track your sinking fund balances, you can do that with my budget spreadsheet. I will have a link to that in the description box down below. It works in Excel and also Google Sheets, so you can check that out as an instant download. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more budgeting and life videos. And let me know what kinds of sinking funds do you want to include in your budget. Leave me a comment down below. And I will look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Bye.